Hello, and welcome back to Lorne Armstrong, The Legacy of COD, the Lornemas 2022 special. Today, we're finally going to tackle the elephant in the room. In the last installment of the series a few months ago, I touched upon Lorne's life after prison in 2020. It's 2 years later, so what has he done now? Before we get into that, I want to correct some of my mistakes I made in some of my videos in this series. I want to make an accurate timeline of Lorne's life. It is the legacy of COD after all, so let's make some wrongs right. I don't actually have a lot of these, and hopefully I'm not missing like a ton of things I got wrong, but here are some things I noticed. This is an excellent video, as I said, with almost everything perfect. However, the information about the girl he met in the music chat room is slightly off, and because it's such a serious thing, I'd like to correct it. I hope I don't offend you. Your work is excellent. Don't worry, William, you can never offend me.
You're too good for this world.
Lorne has said a few different stories about MySpace, but with the info we have, here is the best we can come up with. He says for sure that they met in 2002, and claims that he was 15 and a sophomore in high school when they first met. He also claims she was 18 in 2007, and they were going to try to meet during the time he was in Nashville since she was legal now and had just graduated high school. I believe the 18 in 2007 was true, but he does say when they met she had trouble meeting friends in school. With that info, we have to assume that she was 13, close to 14, and in the 8th grade or just starting high school in 2002. That fits perfectly with a freshman trying to make friends in a new school, and it fits her being 18 and graduating in 2007. He also claims he exposed himself 2 times in 5 years, no more, but then claims he would be naked whenever it was late and he was going to bed afterwards. The way he talks so nonchalant about these things is unbelievable, and the constant attempts to say that MySpace was always making decisions too is sickening. So William proposes that Lorne is lying about the MySpace girl age, which yeah, he makes a good point out of that. I saw comments surrounding this, so I just want to clarify. When I was putting together a lot of Lorne's timeline from before the sting, a good amount of it was told to us by Lorne. The information before he was 18 mostly comes from his pre-sentence report. Paula, Amanda James, the MySpace girls, and that stupid mac and cheese story are all told by Lorne, and we can't prove them to be correct. We also know that Lorne is a liar, and he will mislead people in order to make himself look better. So just keep that in mind is all. Here's another thing that I got wrong. This guy is not Nathaniel Trevor. I messed up big time here. So this is Martin Shkreli, and he's like this political guy or something. So after Nathaniel left the community, it was rumored that this guy in the wolf mask is Nathaniel, just by the way he talks. And this guy, Martin, was trying to talk him out of buying shares or something. I don't know, business wasn't my strong suit in school. Point is, this isn't Nathaniel, this might be. Got it? Cool. Okay, let's get into the meat of things. Is this finally it? Lorne Armstrong, The Legacy of COD Part 4? I wouldn't say that. New stuff is being released all the time, and I don't have a complete timeline of things because everything isn't out yet. So let's not give this any names. Let's just have a conversation and talk about what's been going on. So let's go all the way back to February of 2020. Lorne just spent the last 6 months in prison, and now he's finally out and a free man again. One of the first things he does is he makes some phone calls to try to figure out where his friends are. You know, Emma, Winnie, Dan, his totally real friends that are totally real. Sometime in February, they all get on the phone and talk to one another, and I don't have the phone call, but I do remember listening to it, and it was pretty interesting to say the least. To my knowledge though, that is the only phone call around that period that has been released. Luckily, we have text messages between Lorne and Debbie that can give us a full picture of what happened after that phone call.
So, Lorne obviously went to prison again. and so when he got out, we weren't really sure of when he was going to pop up again. But you figure at some point he's going to, because he did with Ramona. But it may have been a little bit different this time, because with him going to prison and not knowing what letters he received, what he's been told about who was who and what was happening, it was pretty much up in the air. So I forget. So he got out in February, and then a couple of days later, he did make a phone call. I think he called Winnie.
I think he called
Winnie or
Emma, one of them, yeah.
Yeah. And he had asked to speak with me. So I got a call and was put on with Lorne, having no idea what was going on, what he knew, what he didn't know, who I was supposed to be, and all of that. So I think that that's pretty much it. You know, maybe people will hear it at some point. But when it comes to this texting that you're going to see is what happened after that call.
We start off right at the beginning of February, with Lorne being skeptical of Emma and Winnie, but still willing to talk to the both of them. He even makes Winnie promise him to quit the drugs again. The reason why Lorne is willing to talk to Debbie is that for some reason Lorne trusts him, and Winnie needs someone like Debbie who can help her keep off of the drugs. In all honesty, it's probably because he still thinks that she has a chance with her. But Debbie isn't really on good terms with Winnie after Winnie stabbed her hand with a pencil, so that's not gonna work out.
What do you think? Look good? Would you consider talking to Winnie again? I got her to promise me she would quit the drugs again and start getting her head straightened back out. She asked me if I thought you would talk to her again, and I told her I would ask you.
I don't know.
You know, the way she acted was because of the drugs. You know that she really loves you, and she functions better with your guidance, and it's easier to get her to stay doing healthy things and making good choices when you and me and Emma work with her together. Emma is letting her stay there with her and Will this week, and is going to help her and Will get into housing, and Winnie is going to see her PO Thursday. I'm asking you not to shut her out and not give up on her. Will you please talk to her? Also, when is Winnie's birthday?
Just to interject slightly, I believe that Debbie and Winnie were no longer close at this time because Winnie stabbed Debbie in the hand with a pencil. Is that what you recall?
Yes.
Yes. So
it was something like that. I know there's something
poor Debbie
having to do with a stabbing of some
She's always
some
getting
sort.
stabbed.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, Lorne vents to Debbie about his 6 months in prison. He tries to get a job. He gets his house in order since it's still a dump. Debbie makes fun of Lorne like usual and tells him that he needs to pay back the people he owes money to like usual. Oh, and Angelo just recently got out of prison. Hopefully we don't have to spend time talking about him. Okay, we have a bit of a time skip. In the span of 4 weeks, Lorne has started to date Jamie Amy. Why? Who knows? Lorne is now running down that train and problems are already arising. Ignoring the fact that Jamie is a porn star, we'll get to that later, Lorne doesn't like Jamie talking to Debbie because Debbie tells Jamie all of the dumb things he's done.
Don't talk to me.
I do all my talking to Jamie. She's been hearing a lot. A whole lot. Trust me.
And you're full of shit about most things you say. You don't even know me anymore, so don't pretend you do.
In all seriousness, have a great day at work tomorrow. Oops, there I go again, all full of shit again. Silly Debbie. Lorne doesn't have a job. LOL. I'll do better, I promise.
A few more weeks later, near the end of March, Lorne proposes to Jamie Amy, which overwhelms her, so she takes a step away, and now Lorne has to bother Debbie for more information.
Hi Debbie, are you still at Jamie's? And can you tell me if she's alright?
Hi Lorne, before you freak out, you might not hear from Jamie for a little bit. She seemed really upset and mad at herself, so we had a talk. She said you proposed last night. I'm not sure what to even think about that or see how that's even possible, but what I do know is that she's feeling overwhelmed. Normally, I wouldn't care to say anything, but I care about Jamie. I don't want her getting angry, abusive messages all night. P.S. You're a fat blob.
I mean, it makes sense that Lorne and Jamie would marry each other. They had such good times, like, Jamie sent this big dildo named Lamondre to Lorne. They also spoke to each other while Winnie and Will would have sex.
Okay, well, I don't really know what else to say. They got all turned on and they're now fucking in the bed, so...
Jesus Christ.
I hope they change the sheet. I don't want to sleep in the wet spot.
Make sure you say something to them. But they're fucking on your bed.
I don't want them fucking on the couch.
Don't go fuck on the floor.
So I guess that means they're perfect for each other. So now we have a huge time skip, from the end of March to the end of April. I just want to remind you that Lorne and Jamie are in a relationship now, and Lorne has proposed to Jamie. Just something to keep in mind. Oh, also something else to mention. I don't know when it happened, but Will, Jamie, Amy, and Winnie are all living in the same house now.
And Jamie, Amy, and Will and Winnie were all very good friends. They would do sleepovers. So, of course, at this time, Will and Winnie are staying at... This is around the time... I think this is when they all had COVID. And, or at least Jamie does. They were quarantining together. Yeah, this is April 9th. This call was dated. So, yeah, they're all together. And so Amy is very kindly letting them fuck in her bed.
We start with Debbie explaining to Lorne what fetal alcohol syndrome is.
I haven't had a drink since July 7th of last year. I'm happy to see that you still care about me, though. Thank you. Lol.
Fetal alcohol syndrome doesn't depend on the last time you drank, but okay.
Miss me, don't ya? Lol.
As for you not drinking since then, let's get that lie detector test and see what it has to say. It's so weird how it never seems to agree with you.
I would pass with flying colors. And if you're trying to say that I drank because my mom drank, you would be very wrong. My mom has had a total of maybe 3 beers her whole life.
Again, that's not how fetal alcohol syndrome works. Let me explain. When your mom drank those 3 beers, it was while she was pregnant and during the time your head was developing. That's why it's misshapen and lopsided.
Debbie makes the grave mistake of mentioning Angelo, and now Lorne is going to harp on this one thing despite him being in a relationship and Angelo being a problem for him a year ago.
The only person I had phone sex with was Angelo. It only happened once, and it was because we couldn't do the real thing, like usual.
Wow. Well, if that's what you want to think, then I guess you lied to me all along, and Angelo was more to you than just a friend that tried to kill you. Thanks.
Well, yeah, he eventually tried to kill me, but it was so much fun before then. So much. LOL. It's a shame it turned out the way it did.
And you wonder why I have trust issues. Now it sucks that you were the only one I truly trusted.
Imagine talking about this for so long. He talks about this so much in these messages that I have to put it in here. It's the majority of their conversation.
I don't understand. Angelo was my friend and we had sex all the time. I was also your friend and we're never going to. What's the big deal?
Bye.
Huh?
You have a boyfriend now. Go play with him.
What? Seriously, what's your problem?
Either you lied to me then or you're lying to me now about Angelo. I've had you on a pedestal since I first met you, and now I don't know what to think or feel. Pedestal.
How could that even be? You said you understood that we were friends and I was going to help you work through things.
Go play with your boyfriend or Angelo.
That's not a response to what I said. That's you being a weird baby complaining about nothing.
Go have phone sex with one nut.
A bit later, we find out that Jamie has been diagnosed with COVID, has been stressed out to no end, and is now in a coma.
Matilda called me. They put Jamie in a medically induced coma because of her stress level. Maybe that's what I need too. Whatever you do, don't tell them that I'm keeping you informed. They threw a hell of a fit because I told you about them having the virus. Also, I guess it's a good idea that neither one of us say anything to Jamie about you and I talking to each other. I told her last night, and she wanted to know everything that was said. I told her it wasn't anything out of line, but I guess she's quite threatened by you. It's all right for her and Will to have this really messed up relationship that they have, though. Ugh, it's so frustrating. Anyway, I'm going to get dressed and start getting some things done around here.
We also find out that Winnie is in prison, so Lorne and Will are trying to get her out.
What's on the adventure list for today?
Yoga, reading, and relaxing. What I will not be doing is calling any jail.
I think Will is going to be doing it. He hasn't been doing much of anything for a few days. He hasn't been able to. You know, if you would rather I not keep you informed about Will and Winnie, I understand.
So Winnie's in jail.
Yes, so Winnie turned up to... So Winnie and Will were living with Jamie before, when they all got COVID, which of course Lorne had to tell Debbie about. And he left a voicemail, and I've got that somewhere. But essentially, I believe the storyline was that Jamie's favourite co-star, a man named Dirk. He was apparently found in a bed in Jamie's apartment having OD'd. So Winnie was arrested, and there were certain things that were...
Wow.
Yeah.
Lorne then shows his true colors.
Because part of you still likes me, you'll notice that I won't hold back my honesty with you anymore. Part of me still likes you, so I can't say that Jamie isn't justified in being threatened by you. But I know what lines not to cross. I just wish that she did.
Okay, I'm just gonna let this section play out.
Remind yourself why you love her. What do you think about?
Try to mention boundaries to them, and it's Will acts like he's offended. He doesn't want any boundaries. I tried that briefly, and I just couldn't keep going with it. What I think about is, why would she want to allow something to happen when it makes me uncomfortable? Why would she say he right after I say ha, just to irritate me? If I do something she doesn't like, I try to fix it. I don't try to break it more until it doesn't work.
What are the things you think about that makes you know that you love her?
I love spending time with her. I love that when she's not drugged up, I can tell her focus is only on her and I. I love the way we get along when she's not drugged up, and I can't emphasize enough how I love spending time with her. I love that she wants to know everything about me and wants to be a part of my life continuously. There are other reasons that I just can't think of right now.
What do you do to spend time together, and what do you love about it?
We just spend time talking and planning the future and being part of the other's life. I love being a part of her life. I don't love all the aspects of it, and it's tough sometimes, but I love her, so I accept it the best I can.
What was it about her that made you think you were in love instead of just in the beginning stages of getting to know her to see if there was something there that could be a relationship?
The way we get along when she's not drugged up is incredible, and it just keeps getting better. I just have the problem of boundaries that should be automatic to anyone in society seems to be completely ignorant between her and Will. It's irritating as hell when they play dumb to it.
So it's really weird how Lorne tackles these questions. Like, Debbie asks, "Hey Lorne, why do you like Jamie Amy so much?" And then Lorne goes, "Oh, her and I, we have so many good times talking to each other. When she's not drugged up, of course. I just love hearing about her day, unless it involves Winnie and Will. Yeah, our relationship is kinda tough, because she's a porn star. Like, man, if you gotta add this many qualifiers to your girlfriend, then you probably shouldn't be dating her. But that's just me." Debbie even catches on to it and tries to realign Lorne, but she fails at doing so.
LOL. Try not to mix things you don't like with the things that you do, because they're two different things. It's like saying, "I love you, but," and then listing all the things that you don't love about someone when trying to tell them how you feel. So let me ask you again. What was it about her that made you think you were in love instead of in the beginning stages of getting to know her to see if there was something there that could be a relationship? What is so magical about how you get along that pushed your feelings into love as soon as it did? I'm assuming it happened quickly.
Just the way we are with each other normally. There is literally almost no work with each other in the way we feel and get along and want to spend time together. Come to think of it, Will did the same kind of invasive crap when you were in the hospital. He climbed into the hospital bed with you. God, I was so pissed.
Anyway, we get back to talking about Angelo again.
Amen to that. If you pay attention to me and when I voice my instincts to you, then you won't be. I tried to tell you he was a piece of shit, but you thought he understood that you were just friends. I wanted to beat the hell out of him so bad.
You didn't want him around because you were jealous, LOL. No one knew what he was going to do. He was supposed to understand that we were friends with benefits, but he couldn't handle that. We could have had a relationship at some point, but we weren't there yet. It's fine now. He's not around, so he's not my problem. Sometimes you find the person that you're interested in isn't a good person. That's why I don't jump into things until I know who I'm dealing with.
Friends with benefits? You fucked him? Unfucking believable.
Huh? Why are you freaking out? I told you that. Relax. Let's get back to Jamie. Heart.
You were supposed to be with me at that time. Thanks for nothing. Bye.
Thanks for nothing? What does that even mean? You're just having a moment. Relax, okay?
I was having a moment then with someone that I thought was being honest with me and was only friends with that piece of shit because she assured me there was nothing happening. I thought I found the woman I could trust and believe in. I never thought for a second that she was getting fucked by the nutless fucking wonder.
And we talk about Lorne and Debbie's relationship again.
We were friends then, and we can be now. I don't say things just to piss people off. That would be immature. There's nothing to be heard about here. Take a deep breath and relax. Smiley.
By the way, I may not have a six-pack, but I'm a lot better man than you have found yet. And I was committed to you when it was us. Unfucking believable. Bullshit, we were friends. We were more than friends and you know it, regardless of how much you deny it. Too bad that fuck meant more to you than I did.
Are you trying to tell me how I saw you and our friendship? That isn't fair. I'm sorry that you feel hurt by that. I put a lot of effort in trying to make you hear what I was saying, and your response is to tell me that I'm denying it. It'll be okay, though. It'll pass and we can move on, okay?
We had phone sex before you ever went to Florida, or did you forget about that, too? We had phone sex that told a lot. Everyone knew we were together. You got me to break up with Winnie to go with you.
No.
I've never believed in a woman as much as I have you. And that included Paula. Six-packs don't make the man. And that's why you fucked up with the best one yet. Because you can't get past the six-pack. I'm sorry, I thought you were better than that.
So the reason why I think Lorne is going on and on about this is because Lorne doesn't really conclude any relationship. Like, after every relationship he's been in, he doesn't really get over it, and he kind of just pretends to move on and starts dating somebody else, but he clearly still has unkept feelings about the other people that he dated before. So even though he claims to be happy in his new relationship, we all know that he's not, because he hasn't moved on when the entire world has. Scratch everything I just said, because I remember that Debbie and Lorne never dated, So after talking about this topic for way too long, we finally end the text messages between Lorne and Debbie. So what's next? More phone calls, of course. Okay, let's back up for a second. So far, the Jamie Amy that we've been following has been voiced by Wine Lover. She's been talking to him for a while, and it's very draining talking to Lorne all the time, so our boy Heelborne takes up the mantle. But Heelborne is a guy, and he plays Will, so how is this gonna work? Well, going back to our story, Jamie Amy is in the hospital because of her negative reaction with COVID. She ends up finally waking up from her coma, but she can't speak. Therefore, she must use text-to-speech to talk to Lorne, basically making it so Lorne is talking to a robot. It's as funny as it sounds.
I'm not mad, you just don't listen. I repeat myself often.
Well, it's not you, honey. It's that robot voice. All right? When it's you talking, I can understand it. You don't have your voice back right now. You don't have your voice right now. It makes a difference.
Of course, it does take getting used to, but love does conquer all.
Not sure why you are getting mad at me. You asked the same question reworded 5 times.
And you already know that it's hard for me to understand the robot voice sometimes. And when I wanted you to repeat it before, I didn't even think that you were there. Yes, I knew it took you a while to respond sometimes, but it seemed like it was taking a long time. So I started walking over to my phone because I thought maybe I lost signal again. And then you jumped down my throat about me wanting you to repeat the question. So I'm just not going to do the attitude thing tonight. We don't need to keep doing it every night.
Before we begin, I'd like to applaud both Heelborne and Patrick Teacap Ireland for their magnificent work with these calls. The voice acting from Patrick when it comes to the text messages.
Good morning, my beautiful wife, Pika. Good morning, my beautiful wife, Pika. I wish I could eat you for breakfast this morning and slide my cock in your pussy, boo.
The fact that there are even text messages interweaved between the calls, most of these calls are released in date order, it's all perfect. Great job over there. You're doing COD's work. I think the best way we're going to do this is by breaking it up into people and then going one by one. We gotta establish our goals for our protagonists. So what does Lorne want? Well, Lorne wants what he's always wanted, a girl living up with him in Maine. So Lorne has to patiently wait for Jamie to heal in the hospital, so then she can prove herself to probation, and then she can move up to Maine. Lorne is also rebuilding his house, and adding a section for Jamie to live in, so he's always talking about that. Of course, all of that isn't so simple, because Jamie Amy loves to play games. Maggie Jo, or MJ, is one of Jamie's exes, but still hangs around with Jamie and helps her with her porn stuff. Lorne doesn't like MJ because MJ talks to Jamie and implants certain opinions about Lorne to Jamie that Lorne doesn't really want her thinking about.
Maggie Jo,
you said that, not Lorne. You said look up the number of towns.
I don't give a fuck. What do you fucking not understand? You want to keep fucking throwing Maggie Jo in my face? We're gonna have a lot of fucking issues.
I did what you said.
Yeah, well, keep throwing fucking Maggie Jo in my face. We're gonna have some issues. And they're gonna be big fucking issues. I'm telling you right now, keep that fucking bitch out of your
now
fucking
you are
mouth.
mad that I did what you said, go figure.
Well, I'm tired of hearing about that fucking bitch. You want to throw her in my fucking face? I got fucking names for her. See? Now you made me not even like her, and I don't even fucking know her.
Don't talk about her like that.
Well, too bad I talked about your ex fucking lover. She's a fucking bitch. You don't like it? Don't fucking call me back.
I find her interesting because I wouldn't think that Lorne would get mad at a girl who is an ex and not a guy who is an ex, but boy was I wrong.
You got to stop this bullshit with Maggie Jo. You got to stop this bullshit with Maggie Jo. I don't give a fuck about what Maggie Jo says. I fucking dare. I don't give a fuck about Maggie Jo. You want to fucking start it again, Jamie? You want to start this fucking bullshit with Maggie Jo? Keep fucking drilling me with Maggie Jo bullshit. I don't give a fuck what Maggie Jo thinks. Oh, there you go with your fucking adolescent name calling bullshit. So many fucking things wrong with me, but you don't want to fucking say you're sorry when you're wrong about shit. Now fucking Maggie Jo, you got to throw her in my face. Well, stop your fucking bullshit with her. You're making me not even like her, and I've never even met her. Because you want me to be mad about something that she fucking said.
When you name call, it's fine, but when I do it, I'm a child.
You do it all the fucking time.
Keep yelling at me, cunt.
Keep fucking no, fuck that. You call me when you don't fucking want to call me names.
You called me.
The job of a porn star is tough. You gotta take many opportunities and chances, and you have to be a pro at networking with other people. In comes a guy named Rod, someone who wants to make a porn movie with Jamie. Since this is a movie, Rod and Jamie have to work very close together and keep in touch a lot, and that makes Lorne really, really mad.
You're putting this motherfucker before me.
It's because I'm
I wanna know what the fuck is going on with you and Rod.
It's because I'm right.
Stop trying to fucking ditch every fucking thing I say.
It's because
what is going on? What is going on with you and Rod?
It's because I'm right.
Jamie, I'm not fucking around here.
Copy.
You wanna fucking put Rod before me? I'll hang up and you can just go fucking spend the rest of your fucking life with Rod. I'm not playing a fucking game with you. You want to put that internet motherfucker before me?
How dare you?
I'm not fucking how dare me! I'm not the one that fucking talked to another goddamn person till fucking 8 o'clock and forgot all about you!
Well, how dare you?
I'm not the one that fucking didn't want to talk to me last night because you wanted to talk to the same fucking other person.
So Chef Jeff, or Cheffery, is this guy who also hangs around Jamie Amy, and he teaches her how to make Italian sausage and teaches her how to speak French. I don't think I need to tell you what the big problem is here, so just listen for yourself.
Bullshit. Is he the reason that you mentioned to me that you think we ought to fucking date different people and go out and fuck? Is he the fucking one?
Fuck off upstairs.
You haven't. He's the one that fucking taught you that! You fucking asshole! Fuck that fucking piece of shit! I can't believe you're fucking repeating shit from that cocksucker to me! And you go right back and start fucking talking to him when I hang up, instead of fucking calling me back. So I mean so much to you, don't I, Jamie? Because this cocksucker seems like he means an awful lot to you. Bonjour! Bonjour! I hung up, but you always fucking call me back! You don't go off talking to that fucking piece of shit! Don't make it stick his fucking bonjour up his fucking ass! Don't take his Italian sauces and stick it up his own ass!
I'm glad we can still capture this random Lorne rage. Like, Cheffery's just some random guy that in all doesn't really play a huge role in Jamie, Amy, and Lorne's relationship, but Lorne is gonna lose it because Jamie keeps repeating one of the quotes he says.
Better fucking stop, Jamie. You're fucking ignoring me. You're ignoring me to spend hours with this motherfucker. You completely fucking ignored me today. How the fuck do you think that makes me feel? Like you don't give a fuck about me, but this fucking cunt old Cheffery Morton bonjour and fucking tell me fuck off upstairs so you can impress that piece of shit? I must not mean fucking shit to you, Jamie, so you can press some fucking cocksucker on the internet. How the fuck did you do that to me?
I didn't hang up tonight.
No, you didn't! You told me fuck off upstairs! To impress some fucking piece of shit on the internet! Did he get a good fucking laugh out of that?
Are you crying?
The fuck's the matter to you? You don't care? As long as you fucking spend time with cunhole Cheffery! Chef boy, that little fucking bitch!
So Will is a big player in this arc of the TV show. First and foremost, he is Jamie's best friend, and Jamie tells Will everything, especially when Lorne is treating her poorly. Will also plays as a neutral party when Jamie, Amy, and Lorne are fighting, and often has to come on the phone and talk Lorne off the ledge.
Jamie, you just want to piss me off tonight. You started right from the beginning trying to fucking piss me off. And you did it last night. Why do you keep doing that?
What do you mean?
What is the point in doing that? I tell you, I want to have a good night and a good conversation with you because we had a bad night last night. And you mentioned something that you know is going to irritate me. Why would you even think about doing that?
All right, let's calm down. All right, let's talk about what's bothering each other. That way we can get a dialogue going.
No, this is going to be between me and Jamie. I'm not going to have
Jamie, what happened tonight?
Between me and Jamie and Will.
I'm just trying to help, all right? You don't have to be...
Will is involved in Jamie's porn business, which of course causes some conflict as well. Jamie has to use Will's phone in order to talk to Lorne. I think how it works is that Jamie has her phone calling Lorne, and then Jamie also uses Will's phone for the text-to-speech so Lorne can hear her. Most importantly, Lorne believes that Will is playing way too big of a role in Jamie, Amy, and his relationship. And his evidence is pretty much everything I just mentioned, but he's going to talk about this over and over and over and over again.
I like the name. You took offense to it. That's not my fault, Lorne.
I did take offense to him because it feels like everything is revolved around Will. It feels like you're afraid to leave Will's side. Well, Jamie, it's serious. Seriously, that's what it feels like. I mean, you wanted Will move. You wanted me to build the whole level of the house, but just Will.
And
it's like you want Will to live with you forever.
I said that one time.
Yeah, but it hung in there. It stuck. It was offensive. I tell you that I want a life with you, and you want to include Will on living with us. I don't have a problem with you being friends with Jamie at all. I love that you're friends with Jamie and that you help her out so much. You're a good friend. I just don't.
Yeah, that's not the vibe I'm getting, Lorne.
Well, that's the fact of the matter. The other fact of the matter is I don't need you trying to get in between mine and Jamie's relationship.
Right, we're
and
right
being in
back
the middle
to
of
this.
it.
We're right back to this.
Well, we're back to that because that's what happens.
Okay, I won't get in the middle of your relationship, so good luck talking to her on the phone.
Well, you do that and you only got piss her off too.
But I'm not supposed to get in the middle of your relationship.
Yeah, that's being a friend to her, Will.
Oh, it's different when it benefits you, right?
Well, that's being a friend. That's not being in the middle of our relationship. You're not sitting right there listening to our conversation.
Listening to my friend's problems as she's crying because her mentally and verbally abusive fiance is giving her shit over nothing isn't being a good friend, though, right? That's me meddling. But letting her use my phone every night to talk to your dumbass, that's being a good friend.
Her and I talked through our problems together.
Right, I could tell when she was crying when she got off the phone. We don't need you to be in the middle of it.
We don't need you to be in the middle of our conversations, and whether we have problems or not. We don't need you trying to find out what our problems are and trying to fix them for us. We don't need that shit.
And if we talk about Will, we of course have to talk about... Sometimes a girl gets bored, and she likes to fool around. When you're dating Lorne though, sex is pretty much non-existent. In order to combat this, Jamie made a dildo for herself to use, but while making the dildo, she used Will's penis as a reference, so now the dildo becomes a Willdough, and that makes Lorne pretty mad.
It's fucking bullshit that you're pulling this goddamn dildo. You're putting a fucking dildo before me? Is that really how much?
You said you were going to bed.
Well, Jamie, I haven't been able to sleep because of you and your bullshit with that stupid fucking dildo. You're putting a dildo before me. How do you expect me to feel about that?
If it's stupid, what's the issue?
It's stupid because you put it... What's stupid is that you're putting it before me. And you know how much that fucking thing offends me. And you know why.
I was going to let you help me poom, but you wanted to get off the phone.
Not with a dildo that is shaped from Will's dick. You know how that I'm offended by that. You know why I'm offended by that. I've never kept that a secret from you.
This is the one thing that everything has been building up to. All of the problems that Lorne has with Jamie Amy all come down to the fact that Jamie Amy works in the porn industry. Lorne doesn't really want Jamie Amy to have sex with other guys, while Jamie really enjoys her job and it pays well. This is where the stalemate happens, and one of them has to budge or the relationship is gonna be over.
But, you know how I feel about you doing porn. I don't want you to do porn. That's a discussion for me and you. That's a discussion for me and you, not for me and you and them.
Lorne,
What?
I'm not quitting my job.
Oh, honey, I'm not going to be married to somebody that goes out and fucks other guys. I can't do that. You already saw what just happened. You thought you were pregnant.
I have told you for months that if you had a problem with my career, you can walk. What was your response? You call me a smartass. I was serious.
You also told me we're not going to go through that again. You already know what you said when we first got together. You remember saying it, and you knew that. So that's not something that we have to go through again.
Doesn't matter, that's the past. I'm talking about the past 9 months.
Well, Jamie, you got to make up your mind. Because I'm not going to be married to someone that wants to have a job where they go out and fuck other guys. I can't do it.
I'm not
You
quitting
see
my
how I
job.
am. You see how I am. I can handle it.
I find these phone calls in particular very intriguing because now it becomes a story of a man trying to overcome a hurdle in order to understand his girlfriend better, but it's just really, really stupid. Firstly, Lorne is straight up opposed to Jamie having this career. It isn't a hurdle, it's more like a rock.
Jamie, I want us being real.
I was thinking after this scare the best move for my career is to get my tubes tied. Then no more scares.
Why would you want to get your tubes tied? You don't want to have a kid with me?
No more scares.
No more scares? Hey, here's a good idea for no more scares. Stop doing that fucking job. Because I don't like that shit.
We can adopt. You just said you could.
I still don't like your fucking job.
Good for you.
That's not a job I'm ever going to like, Jamie, and it's going to be really hard for you to do that fucking job.
Then leave.
Jamie, I'm telling you, I'm not going to have my wife going out and fucking other guys.
I'm telling you.
You can tell me all you want, but I'm telling you out straight. I'm not going to have my wife going out fucking other guys. Well, you can find a different fucking job if you want to keep me. My wife is not going to go out and fuck other guys.
You can find a different girlfriend then.
Well, then I guess I don't mean that much to you, do I? 'Cause you'd rather fuck other guys than just have me. That's sad when your job means more to you than the person that you love.
I guess I
That's a
don't
very-
mean much to you then. Can't accept my job. See how that works.
Guess I don't mean much to you. You can't
I
quit
guess
fucking
I
other
don't mean
guys.
much to you then. Can't accept
You
my
can't
job.
quit. You can't quit fucking other guys to be with just me.
I guess I don't
So I guess
mean
I don't.
much to you then.
Guess I don't mean
Can't
much to you.
accept my job.
Guess I don't mean much to you. You can't quit. Stop fucking other guys to be with just me.
I guess I don't mean much to you then.
Another part of this big struggle is Lorne and how other people view him because he desperately cares about how other people view him. So if Jamie has this porn job, then he's gonna think that people are gonna view her and then him poorly. He's also thinking about probation a lot and the fact that he is dating a sex worker even though he's a sex offender, so that's a lot of crossover he has to keep in mind. Once actually opening up and talking to his probation officers, he realizes that literally nobody cares what his fake robot girlfriend does. All probation cares about is if Lorne is actually talking to a real person or not, and Jamie Amy has to verify that so they know that she A, isn't a troll, and B, isn't a child.
That was a tough meeting. That was an extremely tough meeting. Basically, everything is based around you. They want. My lawyer agreed with him. That's why he wanted to have the meeting before he did any motion to put into court. Because they know that you're acquainted or was acquainted with Emma and Winnie and them. But they want to be able to verify that you're you and that you're not catfishing me. And they said that it's parallel behavior to when I had my offense. Even though you say you're of age, they can't verify it. But it's parallel behavior that I'm basically protecting you and taking you at your word, and regardless of what I say, that's still the way they're going to be. To call or to text Stacy and ask her if I could talk to her for a few minutes. She didn't answer me. She didn't answer the text. And I waited 10 or 15 minutes. So I texted Sean, my counselor, and he called me. And I was able to talk to Sean. And I was open and honest with Sean about us. And I was open and honest with Sean about your profession. And Sean told me, he said, we don't judge people by their profession. He says, as far as we're concerned, that's just another job. He said, there are many people in this world that watch porn. And in order for some people to get paid, they do porn. He said they treat it just like any other job. And well, I've been on the phone with Sean the whole time. Just about the whole time that you and I was off the phone. With the exception of the time that I waited for Stacy to text me back and never did. And I told Sean that one of your fears was with talking to Stacy was because you didn't know how they would react to your profession. And Sean said he doesn't know how Stacy will react. But as for them, with class, it's just another job. Stacy goes by what Sean says. So you will have no fear to talk to Stacy. Because Sean's gonna be talking to her. And I'd have to be open and honest about it in class sooner or later. So it was better that I was able to talk to Sean one-on-one. But I love you, Jamie, and I want you.
Is of any relevance? You don't like my job and I'm not quitting.
I don't like your job, but you don't have to quit. Sean helped me to understand some things. Do I want you to quit? Yeah. But it's up to you.
I'm not.
And that's your choice.
Period.
Jamie, of course, can't do that because her voice is still out. That's why she's using the robot voice. But it's also kinda out of principle. Like, Jamie Amy doesn't have any probation officers, so why does she have to listen to Lorne's probation officers? This is why this is so interesting to listen to them just bicker back and forth about it.
Well, Lorne, please understand where I'm coming from. I'm not on probation. They want a time and date, and I just don't have that.
No, you're not on probation, but I am. They don't want a time and date. They just want to know that you're real and you're not underage. They want to be able to verify it. You're only going to be talking to Stacy. That's all they want. They just want to know that I'm not getting catfished and that you're not underage. That's why Stacy wanted to talk to you. She wanted to be able to get your information so she can verify you and not have to worry about it. Otherwise, they're telling me that it's parallel to all my other long-distance relationships. Especially where you knew the other ones.
That's it for the phone calls. Like I said, more stuff gets released weekly. As for documents, unless I'm missing something, there's this computer agreement that Lorne signed in order to get his computer back, and there's this letter that Lorne wrote to somebody saying that he will sue in order to get the videos about him off the internet. This was written in 2020. He says that he burned all of his legal stuff as a symbol of him moving on. So I find it fitting that I read this letter and then I let you all go for the night. Thank you for watching. If I missed something, then just tell me in the comments because I read them all. This is pretty much my first impression of the Jamie Amy saga, and I haven't listened to Lorne content in a really long time, so I was surprised to come back and see that Lorne is talking to a robot. Alright, that's it. Let's read this stupid letter.
I told him, I said, it sucks because Jamie has helped me on so many things and to get so far. I said, even my legal work. I said, she made me burn my legal work. She got me to burn my legal work because I was so concentrated on the past. And she was able to help me get past the past by burning my legal work because I would keep going back to it.
Decided to burn them.
Yes, but I told him that. Don't worry. I told him that. He said. So you were struggling. He said, so you were struggling. You were struggling because you kept going back to your past, and she had the solution of burn it, and then you won't keep going back to the past. I said yes, and he said, well, she was right in doing that.
To whom it may concern. My name is Lorne Armstrong. Since 2012, that I know of, videos of bullying, works of catfishing, threats, disgusting videos made of complete obsession, good and bad, but mostly bad, have been made towards and about me on YouTube. One pathetic soul has even written a book entitled Lorne. I have had harassing letters sent to me and my family. These people have made money off of my name through YouTube, including the reading of a book that I wrote entitled Taken Abroad and posting it on YouTube. I have my book set up so that 50% of all proceeds is to be donated to Wounded Warriors Project. I want all channels that are putting forth this harassing behavior to be taken off immediately and all funds that they have earned through their YouTube channels to be froze and sent to me at my address of... It is hard for me to believe that such a big company such as YouTube can overlook this type of behavior for such a long period of time just to make $1 at someone else's expense. I will be obtaining a lawyer in the near future that will be representing me. If you wish to settle this matter without going through court, then you can contact me directly until the end of the month of March. It would wise for you financially to contact me directly, for you will only lose in court with all the evidence. If you add that to all the mental pain and anguish I have endured along the way, it would not benefit YouTube to meet me in court. It is incomprehensible to me how such a big company could operate in such carelessness. I want all videos and channels that are harassing in behavior to me to be removed immediately. The only channel that should exist depicting my likeness is the only channel that I myself created. I appreciate your prompt attempt to this matter and look forward to talking to you in the near future. Sincerely, Lorne Armstrong.